All right, welcome to the Instagram Confidence Masterclass. My name is Chalene MacLeod. For those of you that may not know me very well, I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction of myself as well. But today we are going to be walking through confidence on Instagram. And this is something that I really, over the past 5 years of building a business, I am really passionate about. And I think is something that is very underestimated in our world. For the most part, this is not an area in which I thought I ever would focus on. I am a very strategic type of person. I am very tangible. I want to know like a strategy. I want to know X, Y, and Z. How do things work? And oftentimes when we look at confidence and we look at these other types of traits that we have, personality traits. Sometimes we just kind of look at it. We're like, meh, I don't have that. I guess that doesn't work. Or, oh, I don't really understand how that is supposed to integrate into my business or how that has a big effect on my business. And so I want to talk to you guys today about your confidence on Instagram specifically. You can literally take this into any area of your life, any platform on social media as well. This doesn't have to be just Instagram, but for myself, this is where I have grown my businesses. I do not use email very much. I'm trying to get better at email marketing, but that is like not my wheelhouse. I used Facebook in the beginning of building my brand as well, not as much now. TikTok, I'm like kind of on there, but not really. Snapchat, never. I use it for the sad face filter. If you follow Jared and I, that's all I use it for. So really, I am using Instagram for the majority of my businesses and building that. And 5 years ago, when I started with 300 followers on Instagram. I had zero idea what I was doing. It was all my friends and family that were following me. And I had decided that I wanted to try and build a business online. And I was super scared. I was really intimidated by the whole app. I was intimidated by the idea of even building a business. And I was like, well, how the heck am I supposed to build a business from here with 300 friends and family watching? And I have no idea what I'm doing. And that's how it started out. I've grown my Instagram now up to over 25,000 followers in 5 years. And it was something that honestly, I thought in the beginning is what I needed to have a really successful business was to have the followers, to have the numbers, to have the increase. But truly, if I was looking back on things and if I could go back in time, I really would look at my confidence in showing up in the online space and understanding how that actually created a lot of success and a lot of growth on the platform versus the strategy, which we'll get into. But over the 5 years, I've created a six-figure business online, and I am really excited to be expanding into the life coaching and business coaching industry as well, on top of a really successful network marketing company. So I'm really excited because I want to teach you guys these strategies today that I have learned over the past 5 years that you can implement, you can take with you. You can take these tips and tricks. They're very tangible. You can apply them immediately into your business to start seeing different results and to be getting you guys where you want to go. But if you guys can drop in the chat, even, I would love to know from the people who are watching live, do you already have a business or are you looking to start a business online? I am really going to be tailoring this to the business side of things, assuming most of you are here to build your confidence on Instagram in order to grow a business. I understand some of you might be here just to build your confidence on Instagram, period. But for the most part, I feel like everyone's here for a business. So do you already have a business or are you looking to start a new business up? I would love to know where you guys are at with that so that I can help to tailor some of the things that I'm going to talk about. Also, if I have time at the end of this, we're going to aim to be here for about 45 minutes together, 30 to 45 minutes. But I would love to do some live coaching. So if anybody wants some live coaching at the end of this, I'm happy to offer that for you after we go through things. All right. Looking to expand into a business, online business, looking to get better at using the platform. Perfect. Have a business, need to grow. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get you guys growing. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Do you guys see that okay? Yeah, perfect. All right. So let's really look at what is confidence. And what does this look like? For me, when I think of confidence, if you look at the definition of it, it is a noun. It's a feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something. It is like firm trust. For me, confidence comes from a place of trust. It really truly comes from having self-confidence, is having trust in oneself. And that's how I've always viewed confidence. And I think oftentimes I used to look at the word confidence and think, oh my gosh, she's so confident. Or I could be confident in one area of my life, but I wasn't ultimately seeing myself as like a confident person or like a confident being. And I always thought it was like something you had or you didn't have. And like maybe you could be confident in working out, or maybe you could be confident in the kitchen, or maybe you could be confident in your marriage, but you weren't transferring that confidence into every area of your life. And so I kind of chalked it up to just mean, oh, well, I could be confident here, but I'm not confident there. And I would label myself with what confidence I had and where I had it, but I wasn't labeling myself as just like a confident human in one. And when we're looking at our business, the biggest thing that I've learned is that you are your business. And it isn't about only having confidence in one area of your life. It's about practicing this confidence in all areas. And the more you integrate this into your life and your being and how you actually show up, the more you're able to integrate that into your business. Why do we lack confidence? Let's look at why we lack confidence. I really think that there could be a lot of reasons why we lack it. And for myself, when I looked back, why was I lacking confidence? It really came from past experiences. It came from negative self-talk. It came from my fear of failure. It came from my fear of success, which also was something that I just discovered, along the way, that I really had this like fear of success. And it also came from societal pressures. It came from thinking I had to be a certain way in order to be accepted, or in order to be successful, in order to fill in the blank. I really felt like there was a lot of pressure to have this confidence. And that also made me run away from it, because I was like, well, I don't have it. I don't even know how to get that or what to do. Let's look at when we actually have confidence. For me, again, confidence is so intertwined with trust. And when we fully trust in ourselves, or we trust in a belief that we have, a belief that we might have about ourselves, a belief that we might hold about other people, a belief that we hold in our business, when we trust in ourselves and we trust in the thoughts and the beliefs that we're having, that's when we really start to exude confidence. And so when we trust that we know what we're talking about, or what we say when we go to post is going to be accepted by other people, that for me is a really big area when I feel like I have confidence. And we really truly become self-confident when we start to trust in our way of thinking. And I want to offer to you guys today that confidence isn't a look. Confidence isn't a checklist of things. Confidence truly comes from your way of thinking. So how can we get it if we don't have it, if we're lacking it, if we understand when we do have it, but maybe we want to have it more often, or maybe we just feel completely like zero confidence all the time? How can we get it? I think especially when we're talking about building confidence on Instagram, this is going to be improved, like I said, on practicing this in your real life. It is going to be practicing it through self-care. It's going to be setting achievable goals to create confidence within that. And it's really going to come from celebrating who you are and your small successes. And that's in life and in business. When we're celebrating the good things, we're celebrating the things that are going well. And you look at that in your life, and that could literally be the fact that you didn't hit snooze in the morning. You got up and you got your workout done. Perfect. That could be the fact that you scheduled the date night and you put your phone down for the entire date night and you were like super present with your partner. Those are all successes. And as you start to rep those out towards the things where you want to go, these small achievable goals that you have, these successes are going to be things that your brain starts to look for more and more and more. And so when you look at your Instagram and you look at your business, how can you gain more confidence truly when you post something and you're like, I did it, I'm so proud of myself, versus looking at it and saying, oh, no one liked that, or I only got 5 likes, that's just like hitting your confidence, right? And you're just like, nope, you're stripping it away every single time we do that. But if we want to gain more of it and create more of it, it's going to be in celebrating the small things we are doing in the direction that we're moving towards the life we want to be living and creating and the business we want to have. Additionally, I really think that confidence comes from looking at our negative self-talk and identifying where it's showing up in our life that we might not even recognize. There's so many places where negative self-talk can be so automatic, and it's going to be really important for us to start to become aware of that negative self-talk so we can build confidence and surround ourselves with positive self-talk, but also positive people that support your goals. And I don't just mean people who already have what you want. It's really important for me to be inspired by mentors and by leaders and by people who already are in the direction of where I want to go. But I also want to have a community that supports me and is positive, and not just me looking at other people who have confidence going, oh my gosh, they're so amazing, I want what they have, but really people looking at me and supporting me and saying, wow, like you're really doing great things. And having that supportive, uplifting community is a really great component of how you can actually obtain more confidence. All right, I kind of touched on this, but let's get into who this is actually for. Make sure you guys are the right masterclass. Make sure you guys are exactly where you want to be and need to be. This truly is for anyone with a business who's wanting to start a business online that feels a little insecure, self-conscious showing up online. Bottom line, that's it. You don't need anything more than that. You don't need anything at all. You don't have to have requirements for this. It truly is just that desire to want to show up more confidently online. Then this is definitely for you. You're in the right place. This is really important. And this is something that I missed in the beginning of my business, but there's no strategy or algorithm hack for your lack of belief and confidence in growing a business online. I was the queen of looking for strategies. I was constantly looking for strategies when I started my business on ways that I could beat the algorithm, on ways that I could grow in numbers, on ways that I could really find that confidence. But the strategies just won't work if your confidence is lacking. And that's something that I really truly learned. I was the queen of signing up for every free class I could find. My free classes were how to create viral posts, how to gain more followers, how to create more engagement, how to sell, how to write a great hook, what is a call to action, you name it. I was signing up for these things on Instagram. And I was really looking for a way that I could build a business, but I was looking for the strategy that was going to help me get there versus looking inward towards myself and seeing how I could show up differently with my thoughts in order to create a confident business, in order to create a confident energy around how I was showing up online. I was lacking confidence, and that was the problem because that's what I started speaking to. And my energy alignment was completely off. It really didn't matter the strategy I had because I was sending people running for the hills with my lack of confidence in how I was showing up online. And your energy is transferred so easily online. And maybe for like a little bit, people are like, oh, that's interesting. I get it. But then people start to see right through it. And so starting with your confidence first and then implementing strategies based on being confident is the secret sauce. So it's not necessarily the strategies don't work. It's just creating that trust in yourself that you're able to implement the strategies from a place of feeling really confident. I really started to identify this disconnect that I had. And I want to offer that right now, if you're lacking in confidence or you want to create more confidence to be able to show up on the online world, that we have this like outward and inward connection. And the outward connection is on Instagram specifically, is the branding. It's the filters. It's the presets. It's the pretty grid design. It's the Canva templates for your stories. It's the graphics we're creating. This really is like what your audience is visually seeing. This is like the outward connection in your business. And this is an important component. But this is typically where we focus our energy and our time when we want to build our business online. It is really having that energy of like, okay, if I create everything to be perfect, if I create everything to look really pretty, and I have this brand and I have all these things in place, then surely the customers will follow. Then surely my business will grow. Of course, that's where my Instagram followers are going to come from because it looks perfect, right? But it really starts with that inward connection. And the inward connection is what matters, because it doesn't matter how pretty or perfect it all looks. That all fades pretty quickly. And people start to see through that really fast. The inward connection on Instagram is you. The inward connection is your energy behind the posts, the energy behind your stories. These things that you're posting and talking about need to be a reflection of you, and not what you think will sell, not what you think will be accepted by other people. Oftentimes we're showing up from a place of giving our power away, of saying, well, I'll post this because I know it'll get engagement, or I think people want to hear this. That's giving your power away. When you turn inward and you start to have confidence, it doesn't matter what you think is how it is going to be received or how it's going to be received. You trust that it's going to be received well and by the right people. The inward connections where you step into your authenticity, it's where you really have your authority online. And having authenticity and authority online really are building a confident brand. And that confident brand becomes electric. It becomes magnetic. People cannot take their eyes off of you. They're like, what in the world is this girl doing? I need a piece of it. That inward connection really starts with having that self-confidence. I kind of talked about this a little bit, but I really want to look at the concept of having that perfect feed, of listening to the perfectionism, of that outwardness looking in. Because perfectionism, simply put, is just fear. And with the outward connection, we're aiming for that level of perfectionism. And this is just fear running the show. It truly is. You're protecting yourself from being seen as you are. You're protecting yourself from failure. You're protecting yourself from success. I will say those two things hand in hand every single time. If you're protecting yourself from failure, you're protecting yourself from success. You're trying to really make up for this feeling of not being enough. And you can fill in the blank of what not enough is, but perfectionism is really just a protective mechanism that our brain likes to use because we don't feel pretty enough, smart enough, successful enough. You can fill in the blank with whatever your not enoughness is, but that perfectionism is really holding you back from showing up in the outward space from that inward connection of trust and confidence. And it's keeping you from taking action in your business, right? The perfectionism is the thing that holds us back from sending the email, from connecting with the person, from putting up the post, from posting that story, from re-recording the story 8 million times before we actually get it right to put it up. How many people have done that? Because I know I have. I used to do that all the time. To get to a place in your business where you can just hit record one time and then post it, that probably took me like 3 years to get to that place. But you can get there, I promise. When you let go of the perfectionism, you let go of the acceptance of others, the not enoughness, right? And we start looking at that inward connection and trusting in who we are and believing that what we have is valuable. That's where your confidence starts to shine. And we don't redo all of the work that we're doing online. We just show up with authenticity and authority. I want to give you some examples of how your thoughts truly are running the show when it comes to your confidence and showing up online. You might be having thoughts like, what if I'm boring or not compelling enough? Can't tell you how many times I thought that. People don't seem interested in me. Maybe you are trying and you're like, but people just don't seem interested. Like no one's commenting, no one's really liking. I'm not getting any growth in any areas that I want to grow. People really just don't seem interested. What if someone says no? What if you put yourself out there and someone says, no, thanks, I'm not interested in that? What if someone ghosts me? You might be thinking, oh my gosh, if I talk to this person and they don't reply back to me, I'm never going to talk to this human ever again in my life. Because I feel so embarrassed that I sent them that message or I tried to connect with them. What if they ghost me? What does that mean about me? This is where your thoughts start to go. I don't know if people will like me. If you were thinking, I don't know if people will like me, this is like a number one self-confidence killer for your business. It all starts with your thoughts. The solution is also your thoughts. So the problem could be your thoughts with your confidence, but the solution is also your thoughts. Let's get into an example so I can show you guys. The thought that could be driving your actions right now, the thought that will be driving how you show up in every single day in your business, it might not be this one, we'll go through a couple, but it could be along the lines of, I don't want to bug people. You have this business, you know you have something to sell, whether it's a product or a service. You have this thing that you are, I need to create offers to sell things to grow a business, right? But I don't want to bug people. Now, your thought, I'm going to teach you the model that I use in all of my life coaching strategies with all of my clients. Your thought is going to create a feeling. This feeling, usually, if you're like, I don't really want to bug people, you could feel like you're avoidant. You might be feeling shy. You might be feeling timid. You are just kind of like, I'm just going to like exit the stage over here and I'm not going to post anything at all, right? The action that you take from this is that you probably don't post. You are sitting there going, oh, well, like, I just really don't want to bug anybody, so I'm not going to post. The result from that action is that your business doesn't grow. And so this is the model of our thoughts create our feelings, which create our actions, which create our results. And so this is where it always starts with your way of thinking. Because if you have a desire to grow online, from this place of I don't want to post, I know I'm going to bug people, we start looking for those strategies that I was talking about earlier. Now we go into searching for, okay, well, maybe it's the people that I have the wrong people. And we go, how do I get more followers? And we start searching for things and we start searching for solutions. And the answers that we find are, let's post more often. Let's look at our hashtag strategy. We need to be posting more reels. Maybe it's the time of day that we're posting. Maybe we just need to get more engagement. How do we get more engagement? We find all of these things as a way to solve for the problem that we aren't growing in our business, when ultimately the problem is that we think we're bugging people. So it doesn't matter the strategy in between, because if you still have the thought you're bugging people, it's not going to change anything. Because now here's the example of this model looking at, we haven't changed the thought, but we're looking at new strategies. Now we go, okay, great. I have to post in order to get followers and clients, but I don't want to bug people. We still have that, but I don't want to bug people. I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be that person online. Our feeling is that we're reluctant to post. We get embarrassed. We get nervous. We're really self-conscious at this point. Our action, we're like, well, I know I have to post, so I'm going to post. I'm just going to get it out there. And we just hope for the best. But the result is that our business still doesn't grow. And the result of our business not growing is because we still are using the energy, lacking the confidence, thinking that we're bugging people in our business. If you think you're bugging people, you are. If you think you're annoying people, you are. Because whatever you think you're doing, you start to do. If you think you are anything, then you likely are doing that thing, because your thought is driving it to manifest it into reality. Have you ever had the thought, even with like your partner or a sibling or parent, friend, anything, where you're like, oh my gosh, I just know how they're going to react. I know this is going to start an argument. Like, I already know before I even go into this that this is going to cause an argument. And then you go into it and you're like, so do you remember the other night? And then all of a sudden it's like this huge blowout argument. Of course it is, because you just manifested that argument to happen because you expected something to happen. You had an expectation of how they were going to react to how you showed up. It's the same thing online. If you expect that people think you're bugging them, you're going to start to exude the energy that like, oh, I really don't want to bug you, but, and you're like, yeah, you are bugging me, go away. It's having that confidence that's really going to help you to harness that. That's really going to help you to show up online by removing a lot of these thoughts. Something else that might be happening from this, and I kind of touched on this already, but it's the concept of like, you get into conversation with somebody and maybe you put up the post and somebody like liked it and you're like, I know I'm bugging you, but if you feel sorry enough for me, will you buy something for me? Like that's kind of the energy that starts to come out from us when we're really self-conscious about what it is that we're posting online and we're lacking that confidence. We also could be having these underlying thoughts around like bugging people about like, wait, I really don't feel right taking your money. And it's like they might be interested, but instantly we're self-sabotaging it because we're like, never mind, don't buy anything. Like keep your money. I'm feeling bad now because I feel like I'm bugging you. And then we kind of get pissed that it's not working, right? And then we're like, oh, but like our business isn't growing. It's not working. I don't have any paying clients or customers. What is going on? I want to offer this thought too on this topic of like feeling like we're being annoying or feeling like we're bugging people. Something that I hear often when I'm working with clients is that you think that you're annoying your friends and family. Really, it's because you think you have to sell to your friends and family. And so I just want to place this over to you guys because this could be the thing that ultimately helps you. And maybe it's not about addressing the thought that like, I don't want to bug people. Maybe it is actually the thought underlying is that you think you have to sell to only your friends and family. But ultimately, you're just thinking about the wrong people when we're creating our content. Your friends and family might be the ones who are currently there, but they're not going to be the people who are always there. You will grow your business beyond friends and family who are currently there right now. And so when we start to think about things from a place of, okay, well, I'm going to make this offer. I'm going to put this post up. I'm going to put this story out there. I'm going to talk about this product that I really love from a place of who would love to purchase it versus, well, it's just my friends and family watching. So what are they going to think or what are they going to say? Instantly, we can just kind of remove the person that you think you have to show up for. And you instantly start to look for different ways to show up. And for me, I really start to notice that my energy shifts around that going, oh, well, if I don't have to sell to just my friends and family, then of course I can put up whatever I want to put up, not what I think they want to hear, or not the thing that I think isn't going to bug them. Or I can post 3 times a day and I don't feel like I'm bugging somebody. I don't care if my stuff is in your feed 3 times a day, because if it's not for you, that's okay. It doesn't have to be for you. This is for my business. So let's create a confident thought here. Let's move this example into something that is really confident. And this is something that I always love to do. I love to look at our unintentional thoughts, is what I like to call them. Unintentional thoughts is, I don't want to bug people. I feel like I'm annoying. I think I have to sell to my friends and family. And we can move this into a very intentional model. And this intentional thought, the thought being, people want what I have to offer. Instantly, how does that make you feel? If you think I'm bugging people and it like depletes you completely, but we move in and we try on the thought, people want what I have to offer. For me, instantly, I start feeling hopeful. I start gaining a little bit more trust. I start gaining some confidence. And I'm like, oh, well, if people want what I have to offer, I should probably go talk about that thing. The action that I create from that is that I start posting with confidence that people want what I'm offering. The result is that clients start to buy. We gain followers that stick around because they know what you're offering and they like it and they want more of it. And so they stick around, and maybe they don't buy right away, but they become purchasing clients in the future. Does that all make sense? Does that feel good for you guys? Something else that really held me back in the beginning of my business was that I had the thought that I had to go viral to be successful, or the desire to really have more. And here's how detrimental this thought can be. This is like inviting 10 people to your dinner party. They show up and then you say, okay, guys, we will serve dinner once I get 10 more people to say yes to coming over tonight. Then you're not feeling good enough about the 10 people that are already there for dinner. And neither are those 10 people that are already at your table. When we are seeking viral posts, when we are seeking more followers, more engagement, we want more from a place of not feeling good enough. This is how we show up. We show up and basically tell everyone who's already there, even if it's our friends and family, who, by the way, probably some of them want to support you in your business. They are just waiting for you to confidently be like, yes, this is exactly what you need. The people that are already there are feeling like they're not good enough. And it starts with you feeling like you're not good enough. But if you feel like you're enough, you will make everyone who's sitting at your table feel like enough. because you will be serving that dinner. You will shut down your doors. You'll be like, nope, sorry, we're full. We got 10 people at dinner tonight. You guys can come to the next party. That's going to make those people that are there feel so special and so welcomed and like they are enough. And that goes for your Instagram. I don't care if you have 20 followers or 20,000 followers. If you are constantly on the grind to get more, people start to tune you out. People start to go, no, I don't want anything that she has to offer. And that leads into the lacking of confidence, because lower engagement, you start losing followers, you start seeing all these other things that you're like, man, what is going on? What is happening? I want more. And we think that that is the solution to the problem of not having clients buy. But there are very successful businesses and very successful entrepreneurs online that do not have a large following, but they have an engaged audience of people who purchase and want what they have to offer because they confidently offer to the people who are already at the table. So who is at your table that you can already create offers to, that you have been telling them for a while, maybe they're not good enough? Let's talk about confidence without results. Now, some of you are wanting to create a business. I saw in the chat, some of you are wanting to scale your business. Some of you feel like you don't have enough success in your business. So how do we create confidence when we don't physically have the results in our business that we're looking for? By the way, I just want to offer anyone who's in a growth mindset, you will always be striving for results. You will always be going for the next goal. And so there's always going to be something to be striving for. And so confidence without that result, without achieving that goal, is going to be a really important tool for you to start practicing now. Otherwise, you will always be waiting on the result to then have confidence. And when we're waiting on a result before we show up confidently, that confidence will always be lacking. We will always show up from a place of lacking the confidence, of thinking once we get there, then it will happen. But truly, the fastest way to get to the result that you want is by becoming the version of you that you think you will be once you have that goal achieved. So once you have 20,000 followers that are watching you, then I'll show up every single day. No, you show up every single day now in order to create that following. See how that works together? Whatever you think you will start doing, the actions you think you will take, the thoughts you think you will have, the feelings you think you will have once you get a result, it's about practicing that now. And that is the fastest way to create those results in your life. Let's talk about an example of this. I don't know if people want what I have to offer. This is one thing that even before I started my online network marketing business, I actually put up a post and I was like, so I'm going to be starting this nutrition plan and I don't know if anybody wants to join me, but maybe if you're interested, like you guys want to do this with me. And this was before I even decided that, yes, I wanted to start a business. And the funny thing that was happening here was because I didn't know if people wanted what I had to offer. And I didn't know it at the time, but I was really looking for approval. I was seeking, okay, are there people out there who will actually want what I have to offer? Because if someone were to say yes on that post, to be like, yeah, I'd love to do that nutrition plan with you, then I was going to become a coach. Then I was going to be like, okay, perfect. I know at least one person will buy this. So then I can start a business. I was looking for the results before I even put myself out there. I really felt unsure. And that was my action I took. I put up the post because I was trying to figure out if people wanted it or what did people actually want. And I started showing up from a place of really just like relinquishing all authority, all authenticity, all of my power to other people and saying, I will only sell what people want. I will create a business off of what other people want. And that's a recipe for disaster. You truly want to be creating a business out of things that you love, products that you use, and you know you're getting results in your own life with these products. That's going to be the thing that you want to create a business around. It's something you love. Otherwise, you'll never be able to sustain that long term. And the result that I started creating here was people were also unsure. Like this random post from Chalene in 2017 about this nutrition plan she was doing. Like, what is this? I don't understand what this girl's doing. What is this all about? They were so confused on how I was showing up because I was super confused. Another example on how to really switch this into being confident instead of that lacking confidence in the last example was the thought could be something like, I love the product because it's worked for me. Maybe you don't have the result for a client who has it yet. Maybe you don't have a result because you don't have 10 clients who have signed up, or you're just in the startup of your business and you're like, I don't really have anyone. I don't really know how to be confident in this. You can be confident in it because you love it. I love this product and I know it worked for me. I trust in my coaching abilities if you're offering a service. I know I can create results for people because I've created them for myself. I'm the exact person to hire for this job. These are all thoughts that you can start to try on when you don't have the results to back things up, to look at that physical evidence, to be like, yes, this business is working. Yes, this is exactly what people want. People are buying this. People want this, right? When we have that physical evidence, that becomes easy to have confidence to show up online. But when we don't have it, we have to create thoughts that help to exude that confidence. And for me, when I'm like, yes, I'm the exact life coach for someone to hire to help them implement confidence in their life. When I have that, I feel confident. I feel really sure of myself. The actions that I start taking is that I start making confident offers to people. I start showing up. I'm posting confidently. I'm speaking my truth. I am able to be authentic and share my story and share my voice and know that the right people are going to be there and the right people are going to show up for the Instagram trainings. The right people are going to show up for purchasing the offers that I have, that I put out there, because I know I'm confident that it will create a result for them. And when you can try on these thoughts, this is what's going to help you to create that confident strategy in order to post and show up online. One of the biggest things that killed my confidence in the beginning of my business was trying to be like her. You can pick her, whoever just came to your mind right now. When I said you're trying to be like her, that could be a variety of different people for you. I say her because the majority of people on here are women. It could be him. Maybe you're trying to be like him. Fill in the blank of her or him. The thing for me was I was just trying to be like them. And they were a lot of different people. I was copying people, and copying people never builds anyone's confidence. It really leads to competition and comparison. It fed my imposter syndrome. It fed my perfectionism. It fed the feeling of not being good enough so much, because I would post the exact same thing that somebody else posted. And I'm like, dang, that didn't work for me. Why did it work for her? People loved what she said. People were all over what she offered. She just had like 10 people sign up for her offer. And here I am. I don't even have one person commenting on any of my stuff. I did the exact same thing she did. What is going on? This is really what is keeping you small from growing your business and being confident, because we're trying to be like somebody else versus just being you. And when you can just be you and you are not copying anybody else, that's when people are like, man, that is amazing. Like, I love that. I love her story because it's hers. She's not trying to be a carbon copy of somebody else. She's just being herself. And that level of self-acceptance and self-confidence will be the thing that helps you to ultimately show up with that authority I was talking about online, and having people look at you as someone that they are like, yes, I want to be a part of whatever she has to offer. Or yes, I want to be a part of that business. I want to come to that beautiful farm, that business that you want to start. Yes, I want to sign up for that class that you're offering. These things all come from you being able to be authentic in this space and not copying or trying to be like somebody else. I want to offer to you too, if there is somebody online who you constantly see that you are just like in competition or comparison with, like go and unfollow them, or take a break from them, or stop watching their stories so much. Like, give yourself the space to be able to create confident thoughts and confident thinking and thoughts that are your own and not somebody else's. thoughts that can really help you to confidently post and confidently show up online. These are ones that I love and I want to give them to you, offer them to you. You can screenshot this or write them down. But the things that I really love is that I'm in demand. I love thinking I'm in demand because when I think I'm in demand, I want to show up more. I instantly want to show up. I know people are watching even if they aren't engaging. I love this thought because when I rely on the Instagram algorithm to tell me my worth, to be like, oh, people like this post. There's like more likes on this one. They like this one. And I make it mean that they like that more than they like that. If something has more likes, more saves, more comments, more views, I'm using these numbers on Instagram as a way to show me, yes, this is what people want to see more of. But when I try on the thought that I know people are watching even if they aren't engaging, it helps me to see that it doesn't matter what I post, there's value in everything I post. And so I don't have to go for the numbers. I don't have to go for the viral. I don't have to go for the saves and the likes and the views and everything else. I can just post what's on my heart, confidently knowing that people are watching and what I have to say is valuable to other people. And my value doesn't matter on likes, doesn't matter engagement. It doesn't matter what Instagram decides to show people that day. It just matters what's on my heart and what I want to share. I'm going to share that. And even if they aren't engaging, they're thinking about it, right? They're thinking about it. They're talking about it. Another thought is people love what I have to offer. That creates so much confidence for me. When people love what I have to offer, it makes me want to offer it more. I actually go and want to sell things. Another thought is I'm willing to put myself out there for my dreams to become my reality. I think sometimes it can be hard to try on some of these thoughts. And so I want to offer a lot of like confident thoughts that can help you show up confidently in this space. But maybe you're not someone who's like, I can fully believe that I'm in demand, or I can fully believe that like people really want what I have to offer. These things take time to practice and to rep it out. But if I'm willing to put myself out there for my dreams to become my reality, I can get on board with that. I can feel confident with that. I'm confident that I'm willing to put myself out there, right? Can you get confident that you're willing to put yourself out there? More thoughts are people can't get enough of me. This really helps for anyone who is relating to the beginning of this when we were talking about like, I just really feel like I'm annoying and bugging people. No, what if people can't get enough of you? I'm magnetic. I have so much value to offer. All of these thoughts are ones that put me instantly into a place of thinking and looking at my business from a completely different standpoint. When you think that people don't care when you're showing up online, or they don't care about your business, and we are not confident in the things that we're talking about or showing up from that confident place, your actions will look a lot like this. You start to shrink, you start to avoid, you become really indecisive. Do I put that up? Do I not put that up? Do I put this up? Do I offer that? What time of day should I post? We start looking for those strategies. Perfectionism comes into play. We feel rejected. We feel unwanted, insignificant, unimportant. Gosh, when we are feeling these things and your actions reflect these feelings and you start to like avoid and not post and not show up and not make offers, that doesn't feel great in our business. But what if you had the thought, I'm intoxicating, I'm magnetic. You're excited, you're happy, you want to take action, you feel powerful, you feel calm, self-assured, trust, you're confident. If you can move yourself from the place of feeling like, people don't really care what I have to offer, to I'm intoxicating, you will show up 100% differently in your business and you will get 100% different results. And I want you to ask yourself, how would you show up differently if you believed those things? How would you show up different than you are today, this week? How would you show up differently in your business? How would you show up differently on Instagram if you believed you were intoxicating? If you believed people wanted what you had to offer, if you believed that you were in demand, that you were magnetic, that you could get people results, how would you show up? The one thing that I want you to do from that is I want you to ask yourself, how would you show up? And then I want you to start showing up as that version of yourself now. That is the place where you start to create so much confidence in the online world that creates massive change and results and just fast tracks your results in your business when you start to show up as that version of yourself now versus waiting for confidence to arise, waiting for the results to arise. And I also want you to ask yourself this: what's the worst thing that could happen? What is the worst thing that could happen when you put yourself out there in the online world? Maybe it's a feeling you might feel. You might feel embarrassed. You might feel shame. You might feel rejected. You might feel something, but at the end of the day, the worst thing that's going to happen is a feeling that you can get through. I promise you can work through any feeling. You have worked through really big feelings and really big thoughts throughout your entire life, and you are here in this moment. And if the worst thing that's going to happen by putting yourself out there online, by having a little bit more self-confidence to put yourself out there for your business, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to have a feeling of being a little bit embarrassed or shame. You can work through that. 100%. I know that you can do that. I want to give you a couple more tips before we wrap this up, but a couple more tips for you on how you can confidently show up in the online space is just to practice before you post. And if you are the person who, at the beginning of this, when I was like, you delete things all the time before you post them, you are done practicing. You just need to like take the action and post. But for those of you who aren't actually doing any of that and you aren't showing up at all, you can start to practice these things. Practice talking in the mirror. Practice writing in the note section of your phone. Practice speaking online, speaking to your camera. Practice taking photos. Just get that practice in. It's really, really great. Remember that you're the driver's seat. You control who's on your feed. You control who you unfollow, who follows you, who you block, who you restrict, who you remove. You get to be in the driver's seat to decide who you let into your world and in your business. This always helps me so that I don't feel so exposed. I know I'm in the driver's seat. And if someone is in my space with the energy that I don't want, I get to decide that they can be removed. You get that decision in your business too. Create sustainable boundaries for yourself to show up online. You do not need to be available 24/7. If you are lacking confidence because you think you need to be available 24/7, I am here to give you the permission right now that you can take breaks. You can create boundaries. You can set time blocks for yourself on when you show up and when you are not available online. And I think that that is even more confident, and that exudes way more confidence than the person who thinks they always have to be available. That's coming from a place of insecurity. When you have boundaries in your business, that exudes confidence. Find validation within you and not on the app. It is so important to just be yourself and embrace your authenticity in your real life outside of the app. That will build your confidence when you are looking outside of the app and not coming to the app for the likes, for the engagement, for the increased followers, for the attention, for the validation of, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Or yes, this product is great. Or yes, people want what I have to offer. Find that validation outside of the app and then show up within the app. And that goes for any social media platform. Engage with people. Go have fun. Talk to people. Don't be afraid to actually talk to people. I see this happening all the time where we're like showing up and waiting for people to talk to us. Put yourself out there in the online world and talk. It is a social media platform for you to be social. Go be social. I always do this, and I love this, is to fill my personal feed with content that makes me feel like a badass. If you want to create more confidence, you need to create a world of confident things and people in your space. When you go to your feed on Instagram, what do you start seeing? If there's anything, and if it is just all like news and like bad things happening in the world and people complaining about their lives, like they're energy suckers and they're taking away so much of your confidence. Fill your feed with people who uplift you and empower you and really make you feel like such a badass. That is going to be the thing you want to see when you open up your app. You want to create an environment for yourself that is helping you to create the confidence that you want to have. So do that. Confidence sells. I want you to try it on. And I want you to decide that today that you are willing to be confident. You might not feel confident, but you're willing to be confident. And if you can be willing to be confident, then you know that that is the step to becoming a confident person. The confidence is already within you. It is like a muscle you rep out. We all have muscles. If we were to go to the gym, you can't just go in and decide you're going to curl 50-pound dumbbells. Like that's just not how it works. You start with the 2s, and then you do the 4s, and then you do the 5s, and then you rep out the 8s. And so confidence isn't going to be something that all of a sudden you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm such a confident human being and I am going to show up confidently in this space. It becomes something that you have to rep out. But if you can go through this and identify your thoughts, identify the root causes of where your thoughts are, the root cause of what is driving the lack of confidence in the online world for you, that's going to help you to address new ways of thinking that help you to be willing to be confident, to rep out that confidence. Remember that confidence can come and go, but it will always come back. It will always come back. It's always available to us. It is not something that is never available to us. It is something that is always available for us to be able to harness at any point in time. It is not something that others can take away from you if you choose to have the power. Confidence is yours to have and hold. It is nobody else's to have and hold. It is our power if we relinquish that to other people, but we get to take that back. At any point in time, you can decide to take that back and you can decide to crank it up a notch at any point in time. That is for you. I want to give you guys this exercise to walk away with. And this is something that I said at the very beginning is that I want you to be, I really want you to be celebrating yourself, because celebrating yourself is the fastest way to increasing your confidence and feeling really great. I want you to list out 20 things that you are good at. I bet you could list 20 things that you're not good at really easily, but I want you to list 20 things that you are good at. And this is probably going to be a really big challenge for you. I know it was for me, but that is the point. I want to stretch your mind. I want to stretch your abilities, because if you are great at 20 things, you can start talking about those 20 things that you're really great at confidently. You can start knowing confidently, I'm really good at these things, and I can start implementing these into my business. So what now? Implement these strategies. Take everything that I was talking about today, the thoughts that I asked you to try on, the root cause of where your thoughts are coming from. Take these strategies of identifying how you were thinking, becoming aware of how you were thinking in the online world, and try on a lot of the thoughts that I gave to you. Are you allowing people into your space that shouldn't be there, disempowering you, really relinquishing your power of your confidence? Are you unfollowing people or following the people who you want to be in your space? What strategies did I give you today that you could start implementing now to create a more confident you? It doesn't have to be all of them. It can just be 1 or 2 of them, but take those and start implementing them right away. I also have created a monthly Life by Design membership. So my Life by Design is my life coaching business, and it is something that I'm really passionate about, creating a life that is yours, not one by default. I created a life by default by checking off the boxes I thought I needed to check off in my life, and I decided to start creating a life by design. And now I've opened up a membership. It is a monthly membership where you're going to learn how to apply everything that I'm teaching you today with me as your life coach. So this month, and every month we will have a topic. This month we are talking about confidence, and I'm going to help you to create this confidence and integrate this in your business and in your life. This month we're going to create even more confidence and talk about topics that include confidently writing your Instagram bio, capturing a confident profile picture, confidently choosing to grow your current account or start a new one. I know that that's a big decision for a lot of people in their businesses. How to confidently share your face through photos and videos, adding more thoughts and beliefs like the ones I gave you today into your subconscious that allow you to continue to step into the confident version of who you are. How to confidently handle questions or objections in your business. How to handle objections like, I just can't afford this right now. How do you confidently navigate those conversations and dealing with negativity and haters in a confident way in your space? This is the membership that is monthly. Like I said, it is going to be based on confidence in your business here, but then we are also going to integrate this into your life, showing up in your relationships, in how you dress yourself and how you show up and how you work out, in your habits. We're going to talk about all of that in the Life membership this month. The Life membership is $110. And that is something that is ongoing each and every month. It can be start, stop, cancel at any time. But if you want to really integrate this in, I'll be emailing everyone the replay of this, by the way, with the links if you want to join in for my monthly membership to continue to integrate this into your life. This also comes with a Facebook group. So at any point in time, you can get additional coaching from me on any of the thoughts that you're thinking of helping you to really integrate this into your life and into your business. The next step to this, if you really want to level up, is to join my mastermind. The mastermind is going to be something that is starting on April 15th. And the mastermind is for 10 women who are really ready to take this to the next level. You are sick and tired of not getting the results in your business, or you are just really excited to take your business to the next level or to get it started and to get it off the ground. We'll be working together for 6 months in a container of 10 women, like I said. So it's a small group coaching where I show up and we do group calls 3 times a month, as well as a private Facebook group to support you in the learnings that you have. And this mastermind is going to be everything that I have learned and all of the tips and tricks and tools and mindset resources that I've learned in the past 5 years that I've integrated to build my business to where it's at and to help you life coach you, not just speak at you or teach you things, but to really help you to integrate it from a way of coaching you through identifying the root cause of your way of thinking and your beliefs about yourself, to break those down, break down those limiting beliefs, and help you build up new ones that will help get you to where you want to go in your life and in your business. All right, you guys, that is it from me. I am so excited that you showed up today. Thank you for being here. I do want to offer a little bit of coaching if anybody wants them. We can do 10 minutes of integrating. Maybe you have a thought, maybe you are feeling a certain way about your business, maybe you're lacking confidence, or you want to gain more of that confidence, and something that I said today was something you resonated with, or you had a different thought that you think often that kind of holds you back from showing up online. If you want some coaching on that, we can do that. You can drop it in the chat. I'll give you guys a minute if you want to get coaching on something, but I will send out the replay of this as you guys are like typing something into the chat, and I can help coach you through that. I will send out the replay of this with the links for both the monthly membership and the mastermind for anyone who's interested. But if you are looking for anything outside of that, or you want to talk about it, you guys know how to get a hold of me. You can hit me on Instagram or on Facebook, and we can always have a conversation about that too. Does anybody want coaching on anything that I talked about? I will also say I have an affiliate program that I just started as well. So if you want to, yes, Corey, if you want to send this out to some of you, I know have teams, or you're working with people, or you're trying to grow your businesses, and maybe you are looking at creating more affiliate links within your business showing up online. I do have an affiliate link. So if anyone wants to jump into the monthly membership and maybe you want to share that with people, you actually can become an affiliate with my life coaching business and earn a 10% commission off of anyone that you share your link with as well. So just a fun extra little addition into your business and your potential for earning and ways that you can earn. I do have that too. Corey, did you want some coaching? Did you want to unmute yourself, or do you want to drop it in the chat?
Sure. Just now, like, do we want to just do this?
Go for it.
Perfect. I have, so I think it's kind of floundering, right? I know this space is fantastic. I'm not passionate about a business, but I want to make this space work.
Okay.
Because I've got 2 kids in university and I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference for them. And as you know, our day-to-day life just kind of covers everything that our lifestyle exhibits today, not necessarily long-term. How do you become passionate about something and show up with that passion? I have connected with a business that I don't know is necessarily for me. You know what I mean? Like I just don't know. And that's where I'm struggling right now. But I know the industry itself, and when I say industry, I mean direct marketing is fantastic. And I know it can make a difference for a lot of people.
Okay. This is near and dear to my heart. For those of you that don't know, like I started 7 businesses before I really stuck with something longer than a year. And I think sometimes it just starts with the decision to try. And it starts with the decision to say, I'm going to try this. I don't know. I don't know what my passion is. I don't know what is like truly fulfilling for me. I don't know where that lies and where that fulfillment is, but I'm willing to try because I think maybe this might be it. Now, the biggest thing that I would ask you though is that when you're deciding or like choosing on a company or a business to start, is where is the decision coming from? Is the decision coming from, that looks like a really great comp plan and I can make a lot of money, I'm going to go do this? Because I've been there, I've done that. And I'm like, yes, this looks like a great opportunity. I want to capitalize on the opportunity. That usually, that decision-making process is really where we start to notice we're like, now I just feel like I'm selling things. Now I just feel like I'm kind of pushing a product. I really don't feel passionate about this. I don't even love all the products. I might like 1 or 2, but in the direct, especially in the direct marketing industry, we can be really influenced by our uplines, by the company's missions. And so while yes, the compensation plan can be amazing, I am a reflection of that, and you can build a really great business on that. You do have to have that component of loving the product or the service of whatever it is and being really passionate about that. I tried to sell oils. It just wasn't my jam. I was like, I thought it was going to be great. And then I tried it and it just wasn't. And so I think trying and putting yourself out there is the very first step. And then you just start to discover the things, especially if you're like, I have no idea what my passions are. Like if you're just like zero clue, you really have to start. And then you'd be like, nope, that definitely didn't align. Let's try this. Nope, that's not in alignment. Let's try this. And you have to be willing to allow yourself to say yes and then change your mind. And you might see that as a failure, as like, oh, I failed at that, but it's just a mindset switch. That didn't align for me. I didn't fail. I chose to leave. I chose to quit. I chose to go over here because that wasn't working for me. And that changing your mind, like everyone's allowed to do that at any point in time. And it doesn't mean anything about you. And it also doesn't mean that success is never available to you. It just means you're figuring it out. And so you might be in a phase of just like figuring it out. But the other questions that I would offer for you to ask yourself are more so in alignment with, okay, we're figuring out what we don't want. Like we're like, doesn't sound great, not really passionate, not really loving it. What are you passionate about? Have you asked yourself those questions? What are some of the things that you are passionate about? And I'll ask you that now. Like, do you know a list of things that like, yes, I love this side of things?
I am passionate about feeling your best mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, like just showing up as your true best self. And I think if the last 3 years have taught us anything, protecting our space and those around us is something that is so passionate to me that I just that is what drives me. And that's where I think I get hooked on some of these companies. And that's why when you asked in the chat, I put business in quotes because right now it is just a business. It's not truly aligning with where I wanted to go. And yeah, and that's where I struggle.
Okay. So when I asked you that question and you were like helping people feel like the best versions of them, like you lit up like right away. Like you changed your posture, you like instantly you were like, yes, this is it. And so I love that. And I think that that is like your core mission of how the energy you want to exude and the energy in the space in which you want to empower people to really start living that. So this is where when I start making decisions and I start coaching people on making decisions, because we need to make decisions, right? Instead of sitting in indecisiveness, is this it? Is this not? I don't really know. What could it be? It really comes from the place of, that that is the mission. So now we look at what are the opportunities to really pursue that mission? What are the opportunities that we have to create a business where that is the mission? And if the business that you're in right now that you're like, yeah, this just doesn't align, then I truly, for me, it's the decision to say no more. And it's the decision to start something that is in alignment. And I don't mean if you're have a job, and this is for anyone, if you have like a 9 to 5 and you were like, Chalene just told me to quit my job because this is not in alignment with what I want to do. It might take you time to get there, but the decision is that this is temporary while I'm going to build this. This is going to be temporary. This business that you currently have now, maybe it's not in alignment, and this needs to be temporary while you figure out what is in alignment. Is there a company in that industry that aligns with that? Is there an opportunity outside of the network marketing industry that allows you to pursue that mission and to fulfill that mission to help other people live in their best versions of who they are? Expanding your mindset on all the ways that you could show up and create a business with that mission would be the first thing that I would sit down with. Just write out a list. Like, what are all the ways that you could do that for people? Alternately, what is it about the business you're in right now that you feel like doesn't allow you to do that?
Feels hard. It feels hard. Yeah.
Okay.
And it just, like you said earlier in it, it feels like work.
Mm.
And one of the uplines came on and, was talking about strategies and all of this. And she says, and my last and final point is, I leave a voice text and I beg people. I just beg them for this opportunity. And I'm like, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel that feels hard. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm stuck on. If I have to beg you for something, then you're not showing up for you. You're not showing up for the authentic side of it. And yeah, so that's what I would say is feels not wrong, just hard.
Okay. So I'll offer this too. Maybe it's not the company. Maybe it's just your way of thinking of how you have to do it in order to be successful to help people with where you want to help them. Because if we take our same way of thinking, this is hard. Building an online business is hard. If we take that same way of thinking, it doesn't matter what business you do, you will always think it's hard and you will always fall into the exact same trap because we're taking our same thoughts and just changing the circumstance of the business. If the company can truly align with that mission, you get to decide how you bridge the gap. We don't have to listen to upline information that doesn't align with us. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
teachings and trainings that really don't align, the instant that you were like, no, that is your sign. That is your intuition to say, like, that is not how I want to run my business. That is out of integrity for me. And that is not how I will run my business. And you get to show up, because of course you're not going to show up confidently if you're like, I have to beg people to join my business. Like, no, that doesn't feel right for me. So I think it's like getting on board with yourself to know that you can go against the grain and not do it the way that somebody else is doing it and still find success. Is it going to be hard? Maybe it'll still be hard doing it that way, but would it be worth it? And that's what I want you to sit with. Would it be worth it? And am I willing to show up and do the hard things to create the results for the people that I want to serve? The results for my family financially, more time with my family, the ability to be doing something I'm passionate about and I'm loving. Am I willing to do the hard things to create those type of results in my life? And if the answer is yes, perfect, then we're good. But if you're not willing to do those hard things in that company because you feel so out of alignment, then I would say that this is something that we need to look at. What are the other opportunities available for you to pursue this mission of helping other people? Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a really great question. And thank you for being brave enough to get coaching on that, because I think that it is something that a lot of people struggle with, especially in that industry. And you just have to be willing to pave your own way. And that goes for anyone. That's where our confidence comes in, because if you can be confident in how you're showing up in the online world, if you can be confident in knowing that your way might not be deemed the right way, your voice, your story might be different, but you can be confident that it's yours. And you can be confident that you're going to attract the same type of people into your world, into your realm that appreciate that. Because the only thing acting out of integrity and out of alignment and like begging people for business, which I completely agree. If I had to beg anyone for business in any business that I was in, like convincing someone that they have to like join the membership or convincing someone to like take part in the mastermind or any other thing, that just is so out of alignment for me personally, because I want people to feel empowered to make their own decisions. I don't want to be the one like begging to make me feel better about myself and my business from other people. So I agree with that. But I really think that it is about you being able to pave your own way. And can you confidently do that in the company that you're in, knowing that if you were to like remove the teachings from the upline, would you still want to be in that company? Would that still be the thing that you want to use to serve your clients, to get the results that you want to get them? Yeah.
Right.
So create yourself a list of like all the ways that that could be possible. Sit with that for a little bit. And let me know kind of like where you're at. I'd love to follow up on this with you, and we can even just like chat quickly about what that looks like in terms of making a decision and helping you to make a decision, because as soon as you make decisions, then you're able to move forward. Sitting in the indecisiveness of like, is this right? Is this not right? I don't really know. I don't really like that. Ugh. It just keeps us in inaction. And that's almost a decision itself. To like stay stuck is a decision itself. And we want to get you unstuck, moving into a forward direction.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, thanks for showing up today, you guys. I appreciate you so, so much. Like I said, recording of this and all the information will be emailed out to you. And stay tuned. If you are a part of my membership, I will see you guys in the membership. We will be talking so much about confidence and integrating even more of this coaching in that space. But if I don't, then the next time I offer something free, I hope you guys will join in on it, and I will be able to coach you in that space. You're welcome, Debbie. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you, Amber. Thanks, Corey. Thanks, Alicia. Thanks, Jen and Yvonne. We'll see you guys later. Bye.